Hi, and welcome to MULA 101. My name is Colleen Walker, and I'm the creator of the MULA 101 Banking Literacy and Credit Workshop. I'm a certified school teacher here in the state of Texas, and I've spent the last 6 years developing this program using it in my actual classroom. And this is just an introductory video to show you what it's all about and see if you'd be interested in participating in my workshop program. Over the last 6 years, I've done a great deal of research, and I've put here in this spot here in the video just some blurbs and quotes from people who are much better experts at this than I am regarding the state of our financial education and just the basics. People just don't know it. Schools aren't teaching it anymore. And here's just some examples. I'll let you read these on your own, and then I'll get back with you in just a few moments. Here's some information regarding the 18 to 24 age group. I'm sure people who have children this age, this information here doesn't surprise them. The banks have recently instituted a debit card rule that they will allow people to take out more with their debit card than they have in their checking account and charge them a loan fee on it. And this is the result of some of those. This age group is less likely to maintain records and are more likely to end up borrowing money on a short-term basis to cover overdrafts caused by debit cards. Here are just a few statistics on the distractions that personal financial problems have in regard to the workplace. In my workshop, we address the maintaining of debit card transaction records so that people can keep track of how much money they have spent, how much money they have left, to try to avoid these exorbitant overdraft fees. We have many adults in America that operate outside of normal banking. There are people who have pushed for cash only, but they are people who deal in cash on an informed basis, an educated basis. The group that I'm speaking of here are uneducated, are living outside of the realm of normal banking procedures, and therefore they can't be tracked. And they make decisions based on emotions or popular trends or out of fear. And education is truly the only way of reducing the numbers, reducing the amount of people that fall into this category. Here is a list of things that we cover in the 6-hour workshop that I offer. We take it down to the barest of elements, even discussing how you read decimals on a calculator. If I don't do that, then I may miss on my assumption of the base of knowledge that people bring into the workshop. We will give people who attend the workshop such a strong basics. They will take away with them a true working knowledge. Skills is what we're pressing, not concepts. We're not going to just tell them about it. We're going to walk them through and show them, and they're going to get to do it for themselves in that workshop environment. Besides the practicing of actual skills, one of the great strengths of this workshop is also teaching people to set themselves up in a system where they are maintaining. That's where most people fail. They might do well for the first month or so while things are new and interesting, but we teach them a system, a basic system, and we give them the supplies to take home with them a system for just all they have to do is slip in their actual numbers of income and their actual numbers of expenses and their actual savings goals, and they have a system that they've already practiced that they can take home, and it will help them to maintain, which is so key to the success of personal finances. Recently I spoke with a gentleman who felt that my $150 workshop fee was a bit exorbitant, and I came up with this illustration so you can see. Imagine if you bounced two checks that were $25 a piece. So your original cost is $50. So if you bounce those, the retailers to whom you've bounced the checks are going to also charge you an extra $25 each check, which is another $50 added to the total. Your bank will also turn around and charge you $25 per check as a penalty fee for bouncing those checks. That's your $150 plus damage to your credit. Moolah 101 Literacy Workshop is $150. It will not damage your credit rating, and it is knowledge, literally, to build a lifetime on. Here's just some basic information about our workshop. This is our typical workshop schedule, starting at 8:30, finishing at 4, although we can work with you on that schedule depending on your schedule. If your classes start at a different time, we can work with you based on your corporation's opening and closing hours, whatever works best for you. Each participant will be given a specialized financial folder. They'll get their supplies, and everyone will come away with a system that they are familiar with, that they've already used in our workshop, that all they have to do is apply their actual numbers in their life to that system, and it's going to work for them. We target the 16 to 25-year-old group, but this is also for adults. Corporations that have people that spend so much time working on their own personal finances when they really should be on task in their jobs, this can really help. This can cut back on that astonishing 20 hours a month that people use. It's estimated that people use to work on their personal finances while at work. That is 6 days over the course of a year. That's more than a week's work that you're paying for as an employer that you're not getting. Here's some information on just the basic mechanics of the workshop. We can teach between 10 and 100 participants at a time. We do ask that our sponsors and our hosts provide the location, and it will need to, of course, accommodate that number of participants. We will have numbers in place prior to the workshop of the attendees. We ask that people pay a $15 registration fee that can be done through our website. It applies to the $150, but it is non-refundable. Workplaces need to be classrooms with desks, meeting rooms, conference rooms, cafeterias with tables and chairs, as long as each person has a place to sit and their own workspace. We can also come to your location multiple days to cover any number of participants. For instance, let's say you have a senior class that has 250 students in it and you would like for all of them to attend. We could come to your school 2 weeks in a row, 5 days a week, and teach groups of 25 each day. That way we would only tie up one classroom, and we would only be pulling a small number of children out of class at any given time. We can also work with corporations, businesses, fraternities, sororities, anybody who would like to participate in this. We will accommodate your numbers. Okay, now we've gotten to the discussion about money. How do we pay for this? Well, you can charge each participant $150. That's the minimum. You can also seek sponsorship by corporations, banking or credit institutions, local businesses, and such. They can be listed as sponsors, or their names can appear within the project where we have dummy checks that we write, we have expenses we have to cover, and instead of make-believe banking names and business names, real bank names and real business names can be placed in there. This can also be a fundraiser for schools or organizations. We suggest sororities and fraternities, business organizations. This would be excellent. This is learning and earning right here. You charged above the $150 fee. Of course, that's going to depend on your client base and the type of economy that is surrounding you, whether people can afford that or not. You can also combine sponsorship fees with the overage of the $150, and that way hosting organizations, hosting schools can take whatever the overage is. We ask for the $150 minimum. That's all we want. Anything over that would be for the host to retain as they see fit. Hosting organizations can also use the sponsorship monies from businesses and corporations to apply to the workshop to lower the price per participant too. It can also be a reverse of that, and instead of being a fundraiser for that organization, it can be to actually lower the price per participant to help more people to attend. Well, that's going to wrap this up for today. If you would like to inquire, you have some interest in our workshop, you'd like to inquire about hosting it, or even paying in and being a sponsor, or both, you can combine those duties. Feel free to log on to my website at www.moolah101.com. My name is Colleen Walker. Feel free to contact me. There is a sign-in section for hosting and sponsoring, and then there's just our regular email, and you can shoot me some questions, whatever concerns you may have. Remember that whatever information you give us is kept strictly confidential. We do not sell information. We do not share information. Thank you for your time. I hope you have a great day.